Finally, the season's here. The expectation, excitement, all that. How is everyone feeling about actually getting to play some real basketball?
Yeah, the girls are really looking forward to it. It's been a long pre-season for them. I think we started in the first week of December. I think we've had combined about 50 sessions over that time, so about 100 hours worth of training, both on the court and in the gym. So they're obviously pretty keen to get out there and get into some real action. And really excited, I guess, to get out there and show the league and I guess the rest of our club and our fans how far we've come, I suppose, from last season. So yeah.
So a fair few signings coming in hot late to the season starting.
Yep.
Can you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, sure. From a local perspective, we've got Lauren Mills coming in, who's returned from 4 years in the States at college. So she's looking to come in and make an impact, and probably a bit of a replacement for Kylie, I suppose, in that second big role, and hopefully get some points and rebounds for us and plug a hole there. Zoe Banks, was a main player for us last year and really took some strides forward, particularly in the second half of the season, and has had a really good pre-season, is looking really sharp. So we're really excited about what she's going to be able to bring this season, both as a point guard as well as playing off the ball. Alex Finlayson's returning for another season. I think she's the only player remaining from the inaugural Chargers women's team, so that's a pretty special thing for her. It's 12 or 13 years or whatever it is. So another big season for her, and a big pre-season after an interrupted one last year. So she'll obviously have a big impact for us. And Leah Bartlett, I suppose, is probably the other main local player that's returning. An expat from Melbourne who's down here studying medicine at university and has really taken some steps forward over the last couple of years as still a young player in our program. So from a local perspective, really happy with those girls and the rest of the group that we have. Looking forward to seeing them out there.
How have they gelled over the 100 days of basketball? Does it give you a better time to gel there?
Yeah, I mean it's difficult at this level because whilst we've done all that training, it's not professional, so you don't necessarily have them all here together for that whole time. So people go on holidays and different things at different stages. So there are people coming in and out over that period, and we're no different to anyone else in the league in that respect. But yeah, definitely we spend a lot of time together over the 50 sessions or whatever it is. So we're a pretty tight-knit unit. Still very young, so we're still very much finding our way in terms of what's required and the expectations. But they're getting there, and that's what this is about. We're in a 3-year process to sort of get to the end of that and have a team that's going to be perpetually competitive and understand what's required at this level. And we're right in the middle of that, walking into year 2. So really looking forward to seeing how that looks on Saturday night. Yeah, I think so, definitely. It's a bit hard to tell because, like us, most of the other teams sort of finalise their rosters in that last week, so it's all in a bit of a flurry. So it's a little bit hard to sort of measure yourself until you get out there. But we definitely think that, last year we did a great job as a young team, being a difficult team to play against and making sure that when teams played us, they had to play well to win, particularly in the second half of the year. And I think we'll definitely take steps forward in that regard this year, and I think some of the quality that we've added in terms of Kayla Steindl coming in and our import and Jellicky, I think adding those two will allow us to sort of turn some of those good efforts into wins, and then we can hopefully start to creep up the ladder, and we really should be looking to pinch a spot in the finals this year.
What are some of those aspects that you're going to be looking at improving to move up the ladder, like you say? Is it things like physicality or speed? What are some of those areas?
Definitely physicality. I think we did a good job physically last year as a smaller team, and we just want to keep upping the ante in that respect, and Angelica in particular will help us with that. But I think for us the biggest area of improvement will be on the offensive end in terms of being able to look after the ball and have scoring opportunities as opposed to turning them over. I think for the most part of last year we were leading the league in turnovers. And obviously when you're doing that, you're not taking as many shots as you need to win. So our focus has very much been on continuing to develop our ability to do that, as well as speeding our play up a little bit so that we can create some easier scoring opportunities rather than having to grind out in the half court all the time.
How is Angelica going? How's conditioning that going?
Well, she hasn't arrived yet, so she gets in tomorrow night at about 8 o'clock. So she'll get in, we'll get her to her apartment, get her a car, and then we'll catch up with her on Friday and have a little bit of a run through with her, and then she'll have about 24 hours before we saddle her up for the first game. So as is often the case at this level, it's a bit of a whirlwind for those imports when they come in for that first week. It'll be no different for Angeliki, but she's a professional and she's played at a really high level in terms of representing Greece and the various leagues in Europe. So we're expecting her to come in and be ready to go, absolutely.
Tough first game, local derby and that. The opponents have also made a few changes. What do you make of them?
Yeah, well, they're always strong. They're always able to bring in some quality, and Keely Froling's probably one of the premier players at this level and even in the WNBL now. So assuming that she lines up, they're going to be tough, and they've got some really good local content as well that always makes them perpetually strong. So I think for us, it's a test for us because last year we went up there in that first game and we got wiped off the court, to be honest, and then came back in the last game of the season, played them again, and probably should have won that one. So I think this time we're really looking forward to trying to be competitive for that full 40 minutes, and hopefully, if we can do all the right things, we'll be there right at the end of the game and hopefully pinch one to start the season.